Hello, hello, welcome to Tea with the Druid 312, brought to you by the Order of Bards, Ovates and Druids. So my name is Philip Carr-Gomm, and it's lovely to see you, and it's lovely to see that many of us have arrived already, and more people are coming into the circle from Wales and Alberta and British Columbia and Portugal and the Danish border and New York, Hertfordshire, Derby, Finland, the Somerset Levels. So West Seattle and California, that's great to see you. Welcome, do come in. So as more of us arrive in the circle, let's take this opportunity just to slow down and settle. And there's someone from Croatia, from Norway, greetings, British Columbia, Barkham in Sussex, just down the road, Ontario in Canada. And somebody, Lewis, hooray, and Scotland and Portugal. Okay. So yes, let's just take a moment. Often at the beginning of Tea with the Druid, I ask you to check in on how you're feeling. And let's try doing this in three ways. Let's see if this works. So just take a moment just to tune in and just get a sense of how your body is feeling. How is your body right now? Might want to take in a deep breath and hold, then breathe out fully and deeply. How's your body feeling? And then come out and type it in. And we'll go back in a minute. Joseph is feeling warm. It's been very warm here in South England. Calm, uncomfortable, relaxed, peaceful, relaxed, good, utterly exhausted, trying to settle after being unsettled, tingly, wrecked from 12 hours with a 2-year-old. I know that feeling. Stressed as hell, a little tense, a bit warm, relaxed, grounded, weak, nervous, heavy and tired, peaceful, refreshed, fatigue, hot, energized from the solstice, soft, hopefully recovering, tightly wound after a busy day, a bit anxious but glad to be here, good and relaxed, cool inside our air-conditioned home, groovy, feeling good. Okay, so now let's drop back in. Same thing again. And notice how you're feeling. The emotional, the feeling is an interesting word because it can apply to physical feelings, body sensations, but it can also apply to emotions. So now we're going to use it just to apply to our emotions. How are you feeling emotionally? How are you feeling in your heart, in your emotional self? If there was a word to characterize how you are feeling at this level of emotions. Meh, frustrated, anxious, anticipation, grateful, emotionally meh, another meh, I didn't know this was a word, happy, relaxed, steady, calm, anticipatory, positively excited, fulfilled, emotionally a bit angry, same old same, excited, comfortably settled, scared yet hopeful, anxious, centered, melancholy, on adrenaline. More mess. It's contagious. I love that word mess, it says Innes. Meh too, somebody else says. A bit angsty, buoyant, numb, grounded, contented, compassionate, sad, a wee bit empty but with anticipation, emotionally numb, anxious. Personally okay, but worried about worldly insanity. Excited, nourished. Okay, so a great range of feelings, and it helps us to sort of finesse our feelings and to perhaps sometimes it's hard to know exactly how you're feeling, and hearing other people articulate their feelings can really help us. Let's drop back in again, third and last time. How are you feeling at the mental level? How's your mind? What's your predominant mental state, mind state? So then come out again and then type that in. Invisible. And here we get the sort of crossover. Cluttered, scattered, exhausted, gratitude, calm mind, clear and sharp, overwhelmed, worried, tired, present, muffled, interested, overstimulated, crowded before the next exam. 6s and 7s, aware. Brain is choosing fantasy over reality, busy, clouded. Mentally, it's a hurricane in here since yesterday. Bored, processing, chatty, clear, concerned, a little sluggish, tired still, drained from what's going on in the world, a tad overwhelmed. My mind is a bit like dense Scrabble, in a state of grace, juggling too many balls inside my brain. Feels fine and awake, dulled, all over the place, loopy and avoidant, tired, mutinous. There's fantastic thoughts going on here. Mutinous, loopy and avoidant, divagating. That's an interesting word. A little bit lost, blessed, able to take up challenges, looking for direction, uneasy, coiled, ready, if that makes sense. Yes, it does. Coiled, curious, mindful to chaos. My writing keeps hiding. Mind anticipation to fly and remembering to go within to trust. Trapped in a void. Gosh, isn't this fantastic? There's so much material, one might say, in these responses. Tired after chasing my own tail. Gosh, thank you, everyone. That's so rich, isn't it? Isn't it fantastic? What extraordinary beings we are to have such a range of feelings and thoughts. It's really, really, really wonderful. And Jane Rowan has just typed in midsummer muddled. That's a nice feeling. Because of course we're at this, in the northern hemisphere, we're in this kind of burgeoning time that's finally become summer here in the south of England. And there's a sense of sort of burgeoning. Everywhere's green. The flowers are extraordinary. And Stephanie and I, after doing our in between the ceremony that we did with everyone on Glastonbury tour with the order in preparation for the summer solstice, and then spending the actual moment of summer solstice in London over 2 events promoting Time for Magic, the book on the Eightfold Wheel of the Year that's just been published, and then culminating on Sunday, celebrating with the Anderida Gorseth by the Long Man of Wilmington in a beautiful, beautiful day in a lovely ceremony, summer solstice ceremony. And on the day of the solstice, Stephanie and I visited the Botanical Gardens at Kew. And I just have to show you what we saw. You know, when you see things that are big, natural things that are big, I want to worship them. When there's a beautiful big mountain, I feel like getting down on my knees and just kind of worshiping it. Beautiful big tree. And in this case, what we saw was this: the world's largest flower, the Titan arum from Western Sumatra. It's utterly extraordinary. It's 2.5 meters high. They're known to grow to 3 meters high. It's called the corpse flower because it stinks. Although when we were there, it wasn't smelling for whatever reason. And it really is extraordinary. It looks like something out of a science fiction kind of film set. Just incredible. And Stephanie's standing there to give you a sense of the scale of it. So there you are, Titan arum. And so there can be a tendency sometimes, I think, at this time of year for things to feel larger than life. There's lots of energy about, lots of solar energy, certainly in the northern hemisphere. And just before this broadcast, I pulled an animal oracle card to get a feel for today, this time of day. And this is what I got from the Druid animal oracle, which is the eagle, Yolère. The eagle. And in the Druid animal oracle, it says, Yolère helps you to see your life in the wider context, enabling you to make decisions and chart your goals with clarity and objectivity. A powerful ally, it is courageous and strong and draws its power from the sun. If you will allow the eagle to work for you, it will bring you a sense of purpose and the courage to see this through, enabling you to venture into fresh territory with confidence. It will allow you to detach yourself from everyday worries and cares and enable you to grasp subtle concepts. The eagle, when accepted, will also show you the way to renew and rejuvenate yourself by demonstrating the art of plunging at just the right moment into the lake of the heart. And that's a reference to the story about the eagle that was seen diving into a lake to renew itself every year. I'm just trying to find the reference to that. In an early Irish text, The Voyage of Maelduin, we learn how Maelduin and his companions watch an eagle rejuvenating itself in a secret lake. They witness this secret act of the eagle. And you find this idea of the eagle renewing itself in the water in the Bible, in Spenser's Faerie Queene, and in the reported writings of Albertus Magnus. And it represents the ability, the eagle is a really powerful image of the conscious self, the clarity we can achieve when we detach ourselves from our bodily sensations, our emotions and feelings, recognizing that we have these things and they're a part of us, but we are more than that, and that we can detach ourselves from them. And likewise with our thoughts, that we can recognize thoughts that are running through us, but they don't indicate who we are at an essential level. So the eagle represents the higher self, the essential self, if you like, who can have this bird's eye view of our life, of our past and our future, and of the decisions we need to make, and can get a sense of the direction in which we have to travel. And rather than that process being one that is entirely logical and amenable to the understanding of the intellect. The story of the eagle plunging into the lake indicates the way in which, for this higher self and this intellect that we possess, in order for it to do its best work, we need to allow it to plunge into the lake of feelings, into the lake of the unconscious, to be renewed in the depths of not knowing, of not understanding. Thank heavens for the mercy of sleep every night, so that we're not continuously aware. And so let's do a meditation now, and we do exactly this, where we allow ourselves to be rejuvenated by precisely not having to understand everything. So to begin, if you feel like you'd like to do this, let's just imagine ourselves. Well, we don't have to imagine ourselves being seated in front of our machines, because we're all seated. Hundreds of us are seated in front of computers and phones and iPads and tablets. So sensing that, you might like to gently close your eyes or lower your gaze. Fully present of being in front of your screen, the walls around you, the floor beneath you, and the sky above you. And you take in a slow, deep breath. Hold for a moment, and then breathe out fully and deeply. You do this one more time. And as you breathe out, you just allow yourself to relax more and more deeply. And then for a third and final time, breathing in slowly, holding the breath at the top, and then breathing out fully and deeply. And as you breathe out, you allow your sense of the walls around you, the floor beneath you, and the ceiling above you to gently start to fade as you become aware of being in the sacred grove, the clearing in the forest, beloved of Druids, finding yourself in just the right spot. The ground is dry, or you might be sitting on a log or a stone. A small fire burning in the center, and sensing your companions appearing around you in the circle. You become aware now of the earth. You feel the solidity of the earth beneath you, and you feel the energy and the life of the earth. And you feel this energy and vitality flowing up into your body, so that the life force of the earth flows through every cell of your being. And you can smell the earth. You can allow your weight to fully drop into the earth. So it feels almost as if you're starting to grow roots, feeling down into the earth. Tiny roots just taking hold and drawing nutrients from the soil. And you sense the deeper roots of the trees around you. And you sense the way they're anchored so firmly in the ground. And you feel the presence of the trees firmly anchored in the soil. stretching high up, giving a sense of peace and protection and energy as you breathe in the scent of the trees and the oxygen that their leaves exude. You sense the leaves and branches above you reaching high into the sky. And you now breathe in the energy of the sky. And the energy of the sky meets the energy of the earth within the center of your being. And as you allow yourself to settle in the grove, you might sense the most beautiful eagle coming to land on a branch quite near to you. And the eagle invites you on a journey to merge your consciousness with them as they stretch their wings now and lift off up into the sky. And you allow your consciousness to merge with the eagle, looking out through the eyes of the eagle as you see the land beneath you. You see first the trees, the tops of the trees in the forest. The eagle climbs higher. So you see in the distance now the mountains. And the most beautiful lake. And the eagle starts to descend now. At a certain moment, you notice that it is plunging, and you just surrender to this act of plunging down into the water. And at the moment the body hits the water, there's this wonderful sense of cold, of refreshing cold and of water that fills your being, completely filling it, rejuvenating every cell of your body, and then traveling through the water now along and then up into the air, out of the water, breaking the surface of the water, and you sense the droplets of water showering from your back and from your feathers and wings as your wings stretch out. And you start to head home. The landscape beneath you even clearer. The hamlets and villages, the color and the light. Coming to the forest now. Dropping down and settling on the branch. The wings folded. Peace. Gradually your consciousness detaches from the eagle. And as you become aware of being seated in the circle, you give thanks to your lair, the eagle, for this gift of renewal. May there always be clarity in my mind May my intentions and my heart be clear. And blessed with a sense of vision and purpose, you gradually allow yourself to become aware of being seated in the circle. You stretch out your hands to right and left. Take hold of the hands to either side of you so that you become aware now of being in a circle of fellow Druids. You feel the solidarity of the group, the strength of the group and community, even as you feel complete and whole and individual and unique in yourself. May we all be blessed with courage, the courage and the vision of the eagle. You squeeze the hand to the left and right of you. You gently let the hands go, and you place the palms of your hands on the ground. May this earth be blessed. May the land be blessed. May my life be blessed. May all lives be blessed. You then allow your hands to drift up to your heart, and placing both hands on your heart, which you might like to do physically, or you can just imagine it, you allow your heart to be blessed. And then gradually you find your awareness of your consciousness being in your physical body begins to grow strong now, as your awareness of being seated in the circle in the sacred grove begins to fade. And gently you become aware of the four walls around you, the floor beneath you and the ceiling above you. You become aware of the screen ahead of you, and you feel yourself fully present here and now. You're taking a big deep breath, you hold for a second, and then you breathe out fully and deeply. And then stretching your fingers and toes. When you feel ready, you open your eyes. So thank you. Thank you. So Liz managed to catch a trout when she dived in the water. That's wonderful. That's lovely. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was very good to be with you. And I'm going to finish with a poem. I'd like to finish with a poem. Song of a Man Who Has Come Through. Not I, but the wind that blows through me. A fine wind is blowing the new direction of time. If only I let it bear me, carry me, if only it carry me. If only I am keen and hard, like the sheer tip of a wedge driven by invisible blows, the rock will split. We shall come at the wonder. We shall find the Hesperides. What is the knocking? What is the knocking at the door in the night? It is somebody wants to do us harm. No, no. It is the three strange angels. Admit them. Admit them. That's Patty H. Lawrence. So thank you. Many, many blessings. If you're able to go to the Druid Hearth, if you're a member of the order, you can go into the Druid Hearth, and then let's spend a little time together by the Druid Hearth. And thank you for watching. And if you've been watching the recording, thank you very much for being with us. And have a really good week. And I look forward to seeing you in a week's time. Okay, much love. Many blessings. Bye.